Today in the battle arena, two baddies. Two warmongering, sick helmet wearing, badass baddies. Hela versus Steppenwolf. The Snyder Cut version, of course. Not this guy. We don't talk about him. I mean, I guess we just did when we said we don't talk about him, but from now on out, we don't talk about him. Alright, so who wins here? Well, let's find out. Now, long before Thor was the king of Asgard, before he was the prince of Asgard, before he was gifted Mjolnir, before he was even born, Hela was there, his older sister. And she convinced Odin that why didn't he stop at just ruling Asgard? 9 is better than 1. 9 realms are better than 1. So her and Odin went on a death march, bringing all the 9 realms under Asgard's control. But she did not want to stop there. No, she started plotting to take over more and more worlds, which lead to more and more wars, which would lead to more and more bloodshed. Problem was, Odin had come to his senses and realized that peace was a much better way to maintain order and power rather than just constant war. So Hela tried to take the throne for herself. Hela and Odin fought, and thankfully, Odin won. And then dear old dad threw her into hell, where she stayed for thousands of years. Until one day, when she was finally able to get out, start that conquest all over again. So Hela does draw some supernatural power from the realm of Asgard itself, meaning that she's stronger, tougher, and faster on Asgard, and she gets stronger, tougher, and faster the longer she stays there. But that's not actually where I want to start. Because when Hela first escaped from Hell, she met up with Thor and Loki, and then crushed Mjolnir in the palm of her hand. I just went to the kitchen to grab something, and I did not think that through. I just got a wet, moist banana in my hand. Also kind of looks like, oh, ow. That brings back some painful memories. Oh my god. Oh man, that's not good. Let's throw that away. I hope that landed. I don't think it did. It played out better in my head. That was funnier in my head. Okay, so okay. So we don't know exactly how hard it is to do this. Because while the hammer is made of uru, who knows what that actually is? Who knows what kind of special enchantments were around the hammer, making the hammer stronger, making the hammer tougher? Who knows any of that stuff? All we do know is that no one was supposed to be able to break Mjolnir. This was supposed to be impossible. And then Hela did it. And then it just goes up from there. Regular Asgardians are literally nothing to her. Like, just nothing. The girl took on a whole army by herself.
None of this ever would have happened if you didn't try to single-handedly take on a freaking army!
Except, unlike Drax, Hela could actually do it. So normal Asgardians, nothing. What about the Valkyrie, Asgard's elite soldiers?
I think it's great that there is an elite force of women warriors. It's about time.
Well, yeah, they're great and all, but they were kind of nothing compared to her too. Only one survived that fight. So she can beat Asgardians and she can beat Valkyries. What about Thor? The dude who can take on the Hulk. The dude who can fight against frost giants and dark elves and survive cities exploding. What about him? Well, he puts up a better fight. But she still gets one over on him too. I mean, I guess you could argue that she never technically beats him, but whatever. That's being disingenuous. Hela was easily beating on him. She could have killed him if she wanted to, and he didn't have any help or friends around. I think that's pretty clear. And it's not just that she's insanely strong, but she's also pretty freaking tough. Hela can take all sorts of attacks from Thor and keep on rolling with them, even some pretty devastating attacks, like getting stabbed all the way through by Valkyrie, then electrocuted by Thor, or being hit with the biggest lightning blast ever.
Hit it with a lightning blast.
I just hit her with the biggest lightning blast in the history of lightning. It did nothing.
She's also bulletproof, isn't fazed by being stabbed. She's really got it going on. Now you could argue that she's unkillable and unbeatable while on Asgard and drawing power from that realm. But I don't think that's actually the case. I think what's the real case here is that she's just very, very hard to kill and very, very hard to beat while on Asgard. Because if she was truly unbeatable or unkillable, well then how did Odin beat her? How did Surtur kill her? Just something to think about. I just want to pause real quick, say if you're enjoying this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, see more videos like this every single week. It helps us out a ton in the YouTube algorithm. It really, truly does. So go do that, please. Also, we have merch now, some sick merch. The link is down in the description down below, so go check that out. And now let's get back into the video. Let's talk about Steppenwolf for a second here. The other warlord with the real cool headpiece. So Steppenwolf is the uncle of Darkseid, and served as an apocalyptic general for years, before betraying his nephew to an enemy who wanted to seize the throne of Apocalypse. However, no good or bad deed goes unpunished, and so Steppenwolf was exiled from his homeworld and tasked with conquering 150,000 worlds for his penance. Earth was just supposed to be another in a long line of conquest, especially since they thought it was a world without heroes. And boy, how wrong were they? So just like Hela was able to easily beat up on Asgardians, Steppenwolf was able to easily plow through Amazonians, just absolutely plow through them. Walked right through Atlanteans too. And everything is so much more brutal with an R rating. And that's just the start of it. Because Steppenwolf also fought against Wonder Woman, and he fought against Aquaman. And for as much as Peacemaker wants to disrespect Aquaman,
Go f another fish, asshole. I'm so f***ing sick of that rumor.
It's not a rumor.
I'm going to give Aquaman and Wonder Woman all the praise they can get. And hopefully by doing so, show you that Steppenwolf is pretty freaking powerful too. For starters, Aquaman has been able to easily push up a big old submarine to the surface. Parademons and stuff like that are nothing to him. Don't even get me started on Wonder Woman. She's fought against Superman, although that didn't really go too well for her. And she fought against Doomsday, the giant monster who killed Superman. Yeah, that one. And you know what? I mean, it's kind of subjective, but I actually think that Steppenwolf did a better job against Wonder Woman than Doomsday did. And I mean, maybe that's just because he's a better fighter, he's able to match her skill better, and he isn't truly as powerful as Doomsday. Maybe. Might give you that. But Zack Snyder did confirm in the lore of the DCEU that Steppenwolf has fought against a Doomsday before, one that was created on Krypton. And in the aftermath of the battle, they destroyed the moon they were fighting on. They destroyed one of Krypton's moons. So yeah, it also might be possible that we're just really underselling Steppenwolf here. So he's able to fight against Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg all at the same time. But then he met his biggest match yet. That window on Batman's Nightcrawler. No, I'm just kidding, but it is kind of weird that he wasn't able to crack through that glass. Just a little bit weird. No, of course I'm talking about Superman. And Superman was able to just completely dominate the guy. Just make him look silly, even slice part of his big old head off. I mean, there's nothing more you can really say about it. This is easily the biggest knock against Steppenwolf here. He had absolutely no clue how to fight against Superman. Just no clue. But to be fair, no one had any clue on how to fight Superman in that movie. Because Cal also easily beat the Justice League, stomped them like they were nothing too. And Steppenwolf was able to do kind of the same thing, fight against the Justice League all by himself. So it's not like just because Superman easily beat Steppenwolf that drops Steppenwolf so many tiers below him. Really how it goes, it just elevates Superman even higher. So how it should go is Superman, then Steppenwolf, then Wonder Woman, Aquaman, the rest of the Justice League. That's how it should go in your head. Of course, that also leads us into the next little bit, because Steppenwolf could take quite a beating. Until the point where he couldn't. But outside of that, I mean, I guess if you overlooked the fact that he was killed, well, you could take attacks from Wonder Woman, attacks from Aquaman, even some attacks from Cyborg. So he had to brush it all off like it was nothing. Because I guess to him, it kind of was nothing. He even took his beating from Superman pretty well. Like seriously, think about that. He was just getting pummeled by Superman. And the fact that he didn't just straight up die from all of it instantly, well, that's a pretty good durability feat on its own. Again, until he didn't take it all. Gotta throw in that caveat. So physically, they're about the same, I'd say. Probably the edge goes to Hela, because overpowering Thor is more impressive than Wonder Woman, Aquaman, just because Thor has done this. Diana and Arthur are strong, but they haven't shown that they're this strong yet. But still, Hela and Steppenwolf are probably close enough to where that isn't the deciding factor here. Actually, the deciding factor is probably their weapons and how they use them. Steppenwolf's axe is pretty freaking powerful. It can definitely leave a mark. And even though it wasn't able to hurt Superman, it should be able to still hurt Hela. Problem is, and this is actually a pretty big problem, is Hela can just heal from it. If she can heal from every other stabbing, and if she's been through a lot of stabbing,
I love stabbing.
Sounds like you like stabbing.
then she should be just fine with Steppenwolf too. Steppenwolf probably has better durability with that sort of stuff. I mean, Wonder Woman couldn't cut him with her sword, but each time Hela does get a blade in there, he's gonna feel it. And if she can pierce Thor, and especially if she can pierce Surtur, she can get Steppenwolf. In a lot of ways, this just equals out to Steppenwolf versus Wonder Woman, except a whole lot more powerful version of Wonder Woman. Hela is probably a more skilled fighter, at least a more agile and fluid fighter. She's stronger, she can take piercing durability way better than Steppenwolf can, and I'm gonna go with infinite necro swords almost every single time over an electric axe. So yeah, I actually like Snyder Cut Steppenwolf. I think Zack's vision of him is real interesting. I think he's cool. I'm trying to give him some respect, since he doesn't really get any, but I still don't think he can win here. Hela has just got his number. Can take him down and beat him in ways that he just can't compete with. And I think that's what's going to do it here. Hela wins. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. Who do you think wins this fight? Hela versus Steppenwolf. Please, yeah, sign off down below. Also be sure, hit that like button, the subscribe button, and turn notifications from the DanCo army. We will see y'all next time.